So far, we have seen four episodes. So we are building the application agentic professional network. So far we launched a few features, profiles and connections. So in this episode, we did the foundation yesterday. I'm going to show how overall agentic core is going to work. So let me start sharing my screen. Yeah. So episode 4 is focused on agentic core. I'm going to talk about AI agents, teach with an application so that you get the context. How do you build agentic core for a particular application? In this case, I'm taking agentic network, which is nothing but a professional networking application I'm reimagining. And I'll generate synthetic data so that I can test to discover the profile based on the goals that is set, and I'll do some testing. Okay, so before going into the details, I want to take a slide. How do I reimagine the agentic core for professional networking application? As soon as a person signs up, set up a profile, the profile agent should activate and start generating the summary, suggest the headline, identify the missing profile section, and then make it complete. And as soon as that is done, so another agent should start sending request or receive the request, analyze it, and gatekeeper agent should screen the request and recommend whether it should accept. The person should accept, reject, or review based on the goals of the person, whether he is willing to build a networking with the skills, or whether is interested to expand that industry connects based on the self-evaluation by AI. What is the score relevance and what is the confidence, so that a person can just accept or reject based on AI suggestion. And trust agent can run in the background to build your reputation. So building a brand, a personal brand, is very tough. Many people does not do. So trust agent will help to improve. So this is the thought process. So I spent only 1 hour yesterday after I closed episode 4. And then I'm continuing in this episode. I also spend 1 or 2 hours only that I get. But the speed at which the AI such as Claude CLI, etc. So it's very rapid now for development. Okay, so now let me stop sharing the slides and then start sharing the actual code. Yeah. So what I did, I made some changes after yesterday. As I mentioned, I given the specification, the builder network specification. Where is it? So I given the specification and then I let it run because this is an epic. So it need to do a lot of work. So I let it run around 30 minutes and then I did some conversational coding. So for 30 minutes more to tweak little bit, etc. So now after all the code is generated, so I deployed. So let us check what are the things it deployed. And I cleaned the database. I think we'll start the testing again fresh. So it deployed so many functions. Okay, so these are the functions it deployed. And the hosting is updated. So let me start registering to user. Okay, so now let me sign in. Yeah, I have fixed that glitch in the login also. So now this is the first profile. So after creation of this, it should create the summary, etc. Okay, so why it took agent is configured? Let's see. By default, it's making agentic. Yeah, so it enables certain agents so that it is agent first approach. If you want to change, you can change. So step 3, so now I want to set industry connection. So let's set different goals for this profile. Let me set industry networking and connections, target industry, let's say technology, target roles, let's say engineer. Can select more than one. Okay. So these are the basically input for AI agents to personalize your experience. So if you have any particular company names, you can put it here. So let me, okay, we'll come back to that later. Okay, now let me launch agent. Okay, now let me just search, check. Okay, that agent activity will be shown here or not. Give me a minute, I'll just set it up. Yeah, so now I expect, say, this is the one I'm developing incrementally. So now the profile agent should kick in as per our plan. So any activity should come here. Let me ask Claude whether it is going to show agent activities. The dashboard. Ideally, you should see agent actions one more collection. So whether it started or not, we'll check because it coded. So there may be some bug. So we'll just check. Okay. So ideally, the profile agent should kick in. That is our intention. In the meantime, okay, let's fix this first. And we can create, we can have two sessions also. Let this figure out whether agent activities are shown in the front end. And parallelly, let me also ask, okay, I created a profile user. Sure, if agent profile agent kicked in. Correct. So now, once you achieve the maturity of working with one Claude CLI session, then you can slowly improve, kind of having more than one session. Okay, it's like writing 1 hours, and once you kind of get an expert in writing 1 hours, then you can kind of try to learn how to write multiple horses together. So right now I'm trying to do one Claude CLI session to figure out, okay, why the agent activities are going to shown in this place in the UI. Another agent Claude CLI session. So now it figured out based on the analysis, the answer is no. The dashboard currently does not display the agent activities. So it's trying to code. So it has already put to-do actions and it's trying to do. Another session I'm trying to figure out whether the profile agent kicked in. So now it is saying I found the trigger. There is an on-create trigger and profile agent stored the data in agent actions. Let's see whether that profile agent actions is stored. No, we don't see agent actions. Ideally, it should go check if it ran. Go to fire. Okay, yeah, I don't see. Option 2, go to the log of on profile created. Okay, so now let's see that also. So these are the functions, which is nothing but a Claude function on profile create. If you want to see the log, so you can see the logs here, which will take you to the Google Cloud Log Console. So there are no logs. Okay, let's tell these two information to yeah, Claude CLI. Say now there is nothing. There is no standard prompts that you will learn and then do. So if somebody is saying that, I think they are cheating you. So you need to kind of you need to dynamically think what you need to ask. So in the earlier stages, people are saying the next generation language is English. So now you need to frame that prompt yourself based on the situation. So in this case, profile agent did not trigger. So first I asked, okay, can you please help me to find out is it working? Then it asked me to check these two. So I checked and then I framed the next prompt. So nobody is going to tell you, okay, these are the set of prompt which you can take and work. Okay, you need to start thinking how do you do prompt engineering and dynamically start thinking these are the things you need to learn how to do the ways of working with AI. So then AI will guide you to do the next step. So now it is asking permission to check whether that function is properly exported, etc. So it will start triaging. Okay, let it triage and then we'll go check the other one. So now what is saying? Okay, now I have updated the dashboard to display. Okay, so now the front-end logic to retrieve from the backend agent action is updated. So now we'll deploy this function. Okay, now it is only front-end. So I'll go to front-end npm run build and deploy. Front-end change can happen, but one more triage is going on. I found the issue profile creation happens correctly. Since there are no logs at all, mostly causes functions are not deployed. Okay. So it is asking me to do check, etc. So if I give permission to run that command, it will run that command in a bash process, and then it will continue the triage. Because it has a capability to do all of this. So we don't need to just follow the instructions what AI is telling. We can also give the instructions to AI to do to more work. Sometimes it will be more cautious. Sometimes it may need permission. Sometimes it will be kind of asking you to do. So now I'm asking, yeah, so now it is asking, first it's setting up the Firebase use. So it is starting to run the commands. So Firebase use, make sure the right project is selected, in this case, agentic network. So now let me give permission for running Firebase commands. So don't ask me every time. So you need to kind of balance it out, when to give permission, when you don't want to give permission. It's all whether you want to run in gear 1 and gear 2 or gear 3. So if you want to run in gear 4 or gear 5, if you want to run at a speed of 130 kilometers per hour, you cannot kind of uh, keep too much control. You need to give full control to that and then give clear guidance specification. Then it can run faster. So I'm giving full, if to check the log every time, don't ask permission, I'm given that. So now it will start checking the log. So I don't need to go fetch the log and give it. It will find the 30 lines of log and then it will analyze by itself. Yeah, this is interesting. So once it knows how to do, right, once you give permission, Then your development, typically developer doesn't check the logs. Or if you need to check the log, you need to go to the server. If needed, after development and deployment, if things doesn't work, it will go check the logs, and then based on the intent identified in the error, it will try to make the changes. So that is what it's trying to do because the function did not work. Yeah. So now this is the root cause. So interesting to see. There are different models will behave differently. So it found out finally we are using GPT-5 mini, and GPT-5 mini does not support a temperature parameter. So and now it is trying to switch it to 4.0. Sometimes it takes a decision. I don't want to switch to 4.0, remain in 5.5 mini, and then remove temperature is what I need to tell AI to make changes. But it quickly triaged and then found out the root cause. Keep using GPT-5 mini whenever you make calls to GPT-5 mini, please avoid sending temperature. Sir, but however, when you call, when you make to other models, use temperature. So as you do programming, you will know about characteristic of different models. So this one I figured it out, I think sometime back. So GPT-5 mini does not take temperature. It's a small model and it works based on certain characteristic. So now it is changing the code based on the guidance. If it is not GPT-5 mini, then GPT models without temperature. Okay, again, it is taking GPT-5. If when you want to give other instruction, you need to do a escape and then tell. So right now I'm going to give instruction use only for GPT-5 mini, not for GPT-5. Okay. So this is like, say now when you go drive a car, say sometimes you follow the map. Say if you need to take a left or right, you take a decision. So if AI says you need to take a right, and but logically map is wrong, and you may need to take a left, right? So you need to guide that sometimes. Otherwise, you need to, if you take completely follow AI, you may end up on an issue, but you will finally eventually correct that, but it will take little longer cycle. So now you need to watch closely what AI is doing, and then you need to get the work done. Yeah, so now it updated the code. Say, look at the beauty of it. It is just deploying that particular function which is got impacted, which is updated. So now since we have given the permission to do Firebase commands, so it is deploying only the function on profile created. Manually, sometimes I am a little lazy. I compile everything and deploy all the function. It is unnecessary effort. Okay, let me delete this profile. so that when we create next time, it should start creating. So basically, whatever I'm teaching, say the way you need to build applications. So that is very important because every time you will face a different situation. So we'll keep two UI. One is this, one more incognito we'll put. Okay. Now this user is deleted. Ideally, that session should not be there. Yeah, it came out. Okay, so it deployed. So I think it is running. Update function it triggered. Okay, so now let us wait for a minute and then start creating a profile. Okay, so let me create a profile. Yeah, update profile. Let's do quickly. Yeah, let's see the logs. Yeah. So now new profile created for the user activating profile agent. So now the agent started working. So let's see what it does. Finished with the status. Okay. Completeness score 50. Summary confidence 0.65. Suggestion 0. So let's see any agent activities has come. Database. So agent actions. So now one document has come. Initial profile analysis is done. So the completeness, reasoning, and summary. Okay, now it is updated or not? Okay, now let's go to view profile. Back to dashboard. Edit profile. Okay, so it made progress. So now let's see. I think now let me ask that this summary should have been updated in, say it created a nice summary. Okay, so which I did not write. So now let us see, ask that again. Okay, now I'll go. Ideally, it should have been updated in the profile and then it should have reflected when you see view profile and edit profile. So let's ask that in view profile, it is not there. Edit profile is not there. Okay, let's ask that. Okay. Yeah, great. Now I see. And also here it should come. I think I'll ask the other. Yeah. So now this is the next step. So it's incrementally development, right? So before you take the requirement and you go and code manually. So now you need to do prompt first approach and conversational approach. So now created the trigger and it fired the profile agent. The profile agent got the agent work completed. So now that agent work need to go back and get updated into the profile. And then whatever agent did, that agent activity should come. So that I don't want to manually code. The root cause. Approval page. Please. Okay, so now agent actions are going into user ID agent action and approval queue reads from, okay, update. store the profile analysis in approval queue and AI suggestions. Make necessary changes. So you can manually code and build agentic application. Number two, you can leverage AI to build application. Now, what I'm doing is combining both of that. I'm leveraging AI to build application, and that application is agentic application. So yeah, that's what we are doing. Yeah, now it went into plan mode because now we are asking a design question, right? Yeah, so see the intelligence. Now, based on the root cause analysis and fixing an issue, or based on the prompt, if it is a design, it is changing the at. So now there are two functionality. One, the agent activity and the approval. So now if you see network, so AI agents, you have pending approvals. So now, oh, okay, it has come here. Approve. So it is given analysis pending. So I did not see it here. Okay. So now this approval is done. Right. I think we need to add a back button. Okay. Yeah. So there are functions, I think maybe it is trying to figure it out. So now that summary has come here. So now I don't want only summary should be there. Okay, we'll update it. Yeah. Ideally, it should come like this. It should have come like this. So we'll tweak that. Right now, it's trying to do. Pending review summary. Okay, let's approve. Yeah, things are starting towards say building an application. Typically, you do follow different process before. So you do product backlog, sprint backlog, analyzing requirement, and then doing the design, and then you do development. So it's all dynamic now. Now I think it's changing to different agent activity something. And we need to be careful. Once you ask the question, it will take the action. It will never say, I will not do, etc. So you need to be very careful, and you need to get the maturity when to ask and how to ask, etc. When we create the second profile, I think these changes will do. Let's not delete this profile. We'll see. And in the meantime, I'll just show you, right? So last time, yesterday, we saw the dashboard. So this is the dashboard. Now it gave the connection functions. So my connections, there are no connections. What are the requests came? What are the requests sent? So these are the features which were built yesterday. And then you can discover people. There are no profile. Once you create the profile, it will allow you to discover, and then it gives the suggestion. So once you have the profiles, then based on the goals that you set, it will give AI-based suggestions for your network and any incoming request or sent request. So those functions were added yesterday. And AI agents, you can configure and change the goals and pending approvals. These are the three functions are added. So this is your connections, basically networks feature module, and this is the AI management modules. And I just added beta because I'm deleting the database users. Suddenly, if somebody used this application and registered as a user, so I might clean up that because I'm doing the build of this product gradually. Sometimes I may need to clean. I'm not going to migrate those users. So whoever is registering, so they are kind of trial users only. So see, agent actions change to agent activities. No, it's updating the activity card of the dashboard here. And as you work with command prompt, command CLI, so you will be well versed with few options. If you see Control T, it will show the to-do list. So internally, it made 4 5 to-do list, and Control O will show you the thinking process. So now you will kind of once you familiarize, you will know all of these shortcuts, and they're also introducing more features. So I think it's a way to develop in the future because you don't need an IDE. IDE, you look at one file at a time and you write one character at a time. All that is changing. And even if you do IDE, so you take if you want to do gear one, gear two, gear one approach. If you want to make contextual changes within one file, I do it in IDE, opening that particular file and asking AI. There also it will pull the context across the project. It's not only one file, but CLI mode, you don't need to bother about that. It will find out the context quickly by running some grep commands and understanding the code base, which file to read, more than one files, and then what are the files to be changed, impacted analysis, etc. So slowly people will move from IDE based development to CLI based development, which was the way Unix developers did before. They used to use awk command, etc., which are more powerful. So now I think it's coming back with AI. Yeah, now it's deploying the changes, both for the two functions, and also I think it should deploy UI also. Let's see. So if you see, it worked continuously for 5 minutes. So within 5 minutes, it planned. Within 5 minutes, it made changes. It compiled and it is deploying. So that 5 minutes can be longer also, based on the what is the work that is being done. It's yeah. So it is completed. So now, yeah, I think we need to create a user again. So now let me just ask. Okay. What is the old one? Agent actions. Okay, let me clean up. I think with this, I will create a new profile. Maybe I need to create a automated user creation. Next time I'll do it. Approval queue, why is it outside? I think this also should move. I think I need to put some rule somewhere. It is every time is creating some collection outside the user. So this, I think, approval queue it kept outside. I'm moving it up, and here I'm asking just to save only the summary. So ideally, when you develop this, right, I recommend, say many of the developers now I have now they have big screen, so better to have 13 screen, and then you divide your layout into four, the one I shown in episode 1 and 2. So that will make you to see all the context at a time, and then you don't need to switch, so you can watch multiple contexts and then give commands. I'm not doing multi-screen because in YouTube video, many people are seeing in laptops. So that's why I'm restricting myself to show in laptop. But ideally, my developer experience increase if I do split the screen into four and keep one or two command line prompt and one or two browser windows, uh, so that I can see all of them. I don't need to switch to see what is happening. But when you do parallel work, I think both are conflicting, then it will become problem. So when you do parallel work, so choose the isolated boundary. Right now, I think this is changing the structure, this is changing the function. So I think there may be a possibility of conflict. So when you do parallel actions on the same project, so you need to be careful. But anyway, I started, let us see. Yeah, don't do parallelism until you are expert, okay, and otherwise it will you will get into problem. So one of the tasks is completed. So here we are moving the collection. Let's see. Yeah, so it's almost done. I think it's deploying the rules for permissions because we changed the structure. So it knows if there is any structure changes, I need to give Firebase permission. So it moved to a user ID and approval queue. So it is giving permission only for the user who are logged in. That particular user. So it's deploying all the functions now. Maybe nowadays there is another trend. So now the AI is capable of doing faster, and your laptop also need to be upgraded. So there are laptops with GPUs. So if you want to, if the value is there, I think you can upgrade your laptop to GPU laptops. It can work faster. Yeah, so this validation is done. We cleared the database. Yeah. Yeah, see agent reputation is the agent which works every hour to improve your reputation. I think this also should go under mm, user. But this is the last agent which we'll worry about, but I'll give some comment to work on. Okay. I think logically, with this one agent, with the 2, 3 parallelly created synthetic data. I like this work, this isolated task. Yeah, see, now we divided the task into that one prompt into 4 subtasks. First, it generates the synthetic data user profile CSV and create the Firestore load script, create Firestore cleanup script, and add npm comments. So logically, that one prompt is divided into 4 subtasks. So typically, you will create one user story and some 4 tasks and assign different tasks to different developers. So all of that is not needed. So based on the prompt, it will identify what are the different tasks. And now this is the task. Now let us see what it is thinking. So control O. Yeah, so control O, it is doing the first task. First task is to generate synthetic data. So now it is thinking what user wants me to do. and then it is planning out. Okay, now what are the different industry, what are the different role, skill, etc., etc. So this is the thinking. So if you want to switch between thinking and then task, you need to switch Control T for viewing the task. Otherwise, it will show the current task. Current task it will show, which is generative synthetic user profile. But there are 4 tasks in the pipeline. And for that particular task, if you do Control O, it will show what that Claude CLI is thinking about it. And then it is thinking, and then it is got some variant. After that, it is thinking, and then it is decided to put the script under a function script. And then it is thinking, then it is creating a TypeScript to generate synthetic. So if you want to know what's happening behind the scene, you can do Control T, Control O. Okay, now it is deployed. So let's create 2 profiles. Sign in. Yeah, let me not write too much. We know it's going to be updated by AI. Okay, now okay, it is asking. I don't need to think so. We'll go to that. Yeah. Yeah, user is created. User activity is created. So now that activity should come here. Okay, maybe it is autonomous. We'll see. Yeah. So now it is an autonomous level is high, so it automatically did that update. It did not ask for an approval, but that activity should have been shown. Okay, before it asked for an approval because it did not check the autonomous level. So here we had reasoning. The reasoning was removed. That is good, but this bracket also need to be removed. Basically, I want to get only this. No, it did not remove reasoning. Okay, so this will fix it. So, but it did autonomous update. So let us check agentic. Okay, now what happened to synthetic data? We'll see. So after that, we'll do some discovery and suggestion. Then we'll close the session. Yeah. So now build a network functions scripts. Okay, it's generating. Functions. Okay, then I'll allow this only to. So when when I allowed it to run, it figured out there is a error and it is fixing that error. So if I run manually, I get an error. I need to copy paste this and then type it here. So if you allow it to run, it will figure out what is the error and it will fix that. So let it fix, and parallelly I'm doing asking the fix for displaying the agent activity here. So once our synthetic data has come, we will look at more network suggestions, etc. So right now there are no more data, so it is not finding any suggestion. Yeah, so now it has put some fix for synthetic data generation, so I'm running it. Now it is also checking, okay, is agent log is written, whether the previous dependency is working. Okay, now it has updated from indexes, so we need to see. Still agent entity has not come. Let's see any error in the browser tools. No errors also. Agent activity. Yeah, parallelly we're getting the synthetic data. Okay, now it generated a file. Yeah. It's loading the synthetic data also. See, it generated synthetic data for 34 industries, 40 locations across the globe, 100 plus skills, 30 networking goals. Say the diversity of the test data you see, what and all is generated. Now it is asking me to run it. So before running it, it will just fix this first. Meantime, I'll open the synthetic data and see. Yeah, so all is in CSV format. So around thousands of users are generated. So we will load that and check. So now it is saying. Again, it will deploy. Agent activity created data. Created data is there. Okay, let me create another command. So I'm getting some error. Let me check for the synthetic data load generation. Did not load. Okay. So now the console. Implement deploy. I think we'll close at in a minute. So maybe we'll continue this later because it's already 1.5 hours. We'll just check logically if agent's activity is showing and is synthetic data is uploaded and search is working. Project settings, service accounts. See the result information. Okay. So now it got to agent activities. So two pending approvals. So it has shown the agent activities, the profile update summary. So when you click here, you will see these two agent approval. So once you approve, then it will do the actions. Actually, it will show the confidence also. So based on this, you can either approve or reject. So this action should work. Looks like some error is there. Yeah, it loaded 1,000 profiles. So let us see that. Okay, now it loaded 1,000 profiles. Okay, let's see that. Yeah. So now it generated synthetic users. So you cannot log in with those users, but you can use that for discovery. So now let's go to that one minute. We'll just see. Okay, let it come. Network discover profiles. Yeah. So now the 1,000 profiles are there. Either you can manually discover, right? Let's look at yeah, cyber security, right? Hmm. So it's coming. Maybe we'll test that functionality separately. So let me do some search. Yeah, so I think it is working. Maybe we'll look at deeper on the search functionality. So I did a search on Salesforce. So it is given three profiles. So you can do a connect. So now we have sent one request. So you will see that in sent request. So now let's see, AI is suggesting. So now when you do AI suggestions, so these are personalized recommendation by AI agents. So since my profile is AI empowered engineer, it is suggesting ML ops engineer, and it is also suggesting few more connections so that we can tweak in how the agent should work. So now the test data has come. Now we need to build the feature by testing it. That we'll do it in next episode. Right now, the profile agent is firing in, and agent activities are coming here, and AI generated summary has come, and synthetic data we generated, we uploaded. So now, I think we'll logically conclude here. Uh, we'll just fix that approval part and then we'll conclude. Yeah, so now for the approval, I think it has put some fix. So it figured out there is a mismatch with the user might have documents created with the new code. Okay, so I think it is putting some fix. I think we'll ignore that for now. So what we targeted, it took a little longer because we are doing live version. It is not I created something and I am teaching. So I am showing you this because this is the way you need to learn. Say otherwise you will not learn. Say when you do things, how you need to do prompt and how you need to build an application rapidly. That is what I'm teaching in these episodes. So now we talked about changing gears. We built user stories and feature and epic in yesterday's session and today's session. So now we'll build on more. So right now the basic profile creation improved with the networking. So now you can do a connections, whatever sent request, everything you should see that will test it and gradually will strengthen the connections networking module. Ideally, the sent request should come here, the one we sent, and AI agents are there. So the basic capabilities for networking connections is there, and basic capabilities of agents are there. So in the coming episodes, we will strengthen each of the agent and each of the functions of this application. Yeah, so this is fifth episode. Within 5 episodes and spending half an hour and 1 hour, we could build an application of this level. So that is the power that you can leverage with the tools such as Claude CLI to build your application faster. When you build application, don't build in traditional way. Make sure you have agentic core and also don't go overboard on multi-agent, the buzzwords of agentic world. You need to build the functional capability and leverage agentic as a core where it is needed. You need to manage between deterministic system, balance between deterministic and non-deterministic, and leverage AI where it is powerful, and then ensure context engineering and data engineering to make AI agents powerful. So those things we'll talk about in detail in next episode. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Have a good day.